Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Air Hauler 2 with me, Hard 37. Well, in our last episode, we finished up flying the good old Baron, the Beechcraft Baron 58. And so it's time to move on and buy another plane, and of course we have to get our type rating for it. And our next, let's go over here to Marketplace. Our next aircraft is going to be another Beechcraft plane. Is the Beechcraft Duke. I believe it's called the Duke B60. Yeah, Duke B60. And so that's going to be our next plane. Let's see, look at the cargo capacity, 1383. If we compare that to the Baron, it's actually a little bit less. It's kind of weird. There's one, oh, that's the C90. Well, it's 1313. I was looking at 15. So it was 1313 there. That's about 1383. So it's kind of the same size. And I believe they both have, I believe, 5 passengers. Unfortunately. Yeah, max passengers. There's the Baron at 5. Yeah, we're at 5 here. Range is about 1,200 miles. A little bit further than the Baron at 924. But it's also a twin. And let's go ahead and kind of look at these liveries. There's 2 that I really like. That one's not bad. There's that. That's the one I think we're going to fly. I kind of like it. It's kind of, I don't know, the black with the gold. I kind of like that. And that's the other really nice one. I really like those 2 liveries. But we're going to start off with this one. As you can see, it costs about a little over $508 grand. You could lease it really cheap at $63 per month. But we'll go ahead and buy it. If you look at our company cash down here, $1,174,365. So we could actually buy 2 of them. One for cargo and one for passenger. But I'll hold off on that because I also want to build a base in another episode down at Jacksonville. Probably be the next one. We'll fly some passengers down there. So we want that black and gold one. Let's go ahead and buy this sucker. Alright, I'll say it's for the company. Let's go ahead and put passenger because, like I said, I'm going to have to fly it down to Jacksonville. So there's no reason to go cargo and then switch it over because we're probably going to have to pay for that. So passenger, and we're going to fly to KHTS. Well, I'm going to put it there, so we're going to fly out of there. The only problem is, man, doing these, it's so jagged, I don't know what the problem is. Alright, so 5 in economy. Economy only. And we'll go ahead and do the type rating. See, I don't know, it won't let me fly the Station Air. I haven't tried it. But the Station Air, because as you can see, we have the Station Air G1000. I kind of makes sense that, you know, you have to have one for each, but at the same time, it's kind of stupid. But I do want to get that just so I can fly any plane. But I have to get my other ones certified on that too. Not only the Station Air, but the Station Air G1000. I don't like that it's kind of different, but I don't know. I guess it could make sense because the avionics package is different. But anyhow, the Duke B60, $871.51 to do the test. Let's see. I don't want to put any cargo in there. Now we have 439 pounds of fuel. The range is 376. We're just doing a type rating, so we're not going all that far. And let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. All right, everybody. Here we are at the menu. Hopefully it doesn't go way too soon. Welcome to the flight test. Take off, then follow the prompts. Do not exceed a pitch angle of more than 45 or a roll of more than 40. Do not stall or overspeed. If using ATC, request flight following for the general handling section. You can hear the wind, man. It's that RealAir plane and all the sound and everything. It's such a great plane. Unfortunately, RealAir Simulations is shut down. I guess the person who was running it, I'm not sure if it's his wife or whoever, got cancer. Although apparently she's doing well, which is good. But I guess to spend more time and everything, they shut it down. Because there's this, and they also have the turbine version of the B60. I'm not sure if they ever made any other besides the 2 or not. This is the piston engine one, obviously. I really like that black and gold livery, though. It's a sweet looking plane. Maybe a little dark, but I like it. That's our Baron sitting over there. It's on the move. Flying some passengers. Better be flying some passengers. Make me some money. Ah, there they come on too. Make me some money. Alright, let's go ahead and start testing out. I do have procedures. They're kind of like the Barons. They're not 100% complete. I guess kind of expects you to know some. I don't know. Some they're like step by step, and some they're kind of more general. I would classify this as more general. Alright. Well, another thing I don't like is when you grab on one of these, it moves both, and I really don't like that. So we'll have to do like E1 and E2 and E0 to move them. Now if you use the mouse wheel, the scroll wheel in the middle, you can do them individually, but I really don't like that. To be able to click it and move. So I'm going to go ahead and hit E2. And that'll obviously only do the right engine, and then E1 will do the left, and if you hit E0, just in case you don't know, it'll move them all together. Alright, so propeller controls, full forward. It didn't go up. There we go. Oh, what are you doing? Oh no. I hate how it's doing that, so I'm gonna have to go E0, I guess. Yeah, I don't like how that happened, how that goes. Kinda ridiculous. Alright, that's full forward. Make sure idle controls an idle cutoff. Let's go ahead and turn our battery on. These generators are on. I hope everything else is off. Looks like it. Battery coming on. Boost pumps coming on. Right engine. Throttle for 1000 RPM is approximately a ½ inch open. See, that's what I don't like right there. Just moving the left one as well. Mixture control full forward for 2 to 3 seconds, then to prime it. 1, 2, 3. Close it down. By the way, parking brake would be nice. Alright, here comes the mag. You have to give it some fuel, by the way, obviously. Moving that full forward. So that comes on. Alright, throttle 1000 to 1500. You can see we're right at about 1200 right there. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Oil pressure needs to be above the red radial. As you can see, we do have pressure. It looks good. And go ahead and turn the generator on. And let's go ahead and start the other one. I'll go ahead and turn this boost pump off. Left engine, there it is. 1, 2, 3. See, I hate how they have to go together. Kind of screws things up a little bit. Move it full forward. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring that back as well. Alright, throttles again 1000 to 1500. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. We're good there. Oil pressure above the red radial. Looks good. We'll go ahead and turn our generator on. That took that light off as well. And we can turn that boost pump off. Alright, so that looks good. See, I didn't turn the beacon on. Heck on it. And I even thought about that. I was saying to myself, gotta turn it on. And didn't. I'm going to go ahead and switch the nav lights on as well. And we can test our generators here. It doesn't tell you to in the procedures, but I know you can. By the way, I'm not sure if does the inverter does make a difference. Because it doesn't actually tell you to turn the inverter on. By the way. There we go. But we can actually test that just like we did in, I believe, the 172 and 182. Turn on the taxi. The landing lights. Actually, the load goes up. Turn that off. And then turn the battery off. Yeah, it looks good. Taxi and landing lights come off. Alright, so the boost pumps are off. See, another thing it didn't talk about, and I just thought about cowling flaps. I'm going to go ahead and open those all the way. But I know it's hot there. Alright, so the voltage and load meter checked. We just actually did check that, really. Let's go ahead and turn on I don't like how it goes there. Converter, let's go ahead and turn on the master switch for the avionics. Turn on the GPS and all of our electronics here. Put that in standby. By the way, VFR. Alright, so let's go ahead and taxi this thing out of here. Parking brake coming off. Go ahead and taxi this thing over. We're going to take off on runway 30. Won't use ATC. 30 is the one they use for the most part anyway. So we'll take that. I guess probably the Baron's probably already taken off. Kind of nice to see him take off though. And I get going a little fast there. Yeah, it looks like he's already gone. Or she, whoever it was. I have several flights going out of Huntington, so I'm not sure where they were going. I just created one a little bit ago. I've already forgotten where it goes to. Huntington to Jacksonville, because that's right, because I was going to go to Jacksonville, so I thought, let me just check that. Because I've been having trouble coming up with one. I tried Chicago, St. Louis, Indianapolis, all that, and it all just didn't want to work out, but so I did that one to Jacksonville, and it actually worked out. I think I even tried to Orlando, but... And that keeps that plane in the air for about 22 hours a day, minus Saturday and Sunday. So that plane should make us some daggone good money. I think I set the ticket prices at $400, so as long as they're full, that's $2,000 each way. That's about, I think there's what, I think a total of 8 flights, or the 12 or no. Yeah, 8 flights I think a day. 8 or 6. I'm pretty sure it's 8. Actually, there might even be more than that. And 2,000 each way, that ends up being a good chunk of money. Let's go ahead and let me get rid of this yoke again. If I can find it. Putting the parking brake back on. By the way, the brakes are checked. We did check that. So I hit them a couple times as we were taxiing. Alright, so the brakes, voltage, avionics are on. Lights, we need them. Cabin temperature, I'm not going to mess with that really. Annunciator warning lights, let's go ahead and test that. We can do that. Let's go ahead and set our heading to 299. That's our runway heading. 299, and let me go ahead and set this to all over to out. Yeah, I'll look at that later, actually. Alright, so those instruments look good. So the parking brake is set. Once the engine's at about 1,000 to 1,500 RPM, we're just in there right now. I'm going to go ahead and put this full mixture, by the way. Fuel boost pumps coming on. Fuel selectors need to go on crossfeed. And it says for about 10 to 15 seconds, so I'll just sit here for 1 second. I'll leave them there. I'm going to give it just a little bit of throttle, by the way. Even though we're already where we need to be. Alright, so let's go ahead and return these back to on. Instruments are checked and everything looks set. Flaps, let's go ahead and get those set for takeoff. Prop sync, we got to make sure that's off. It is. Landing gear safety system, it says if installed, check. I'm not too sure exactly what that is, so we won't mess with that. And now, we go up to 2,000 RPM. We got to check our magnetos. Wow, that all of a sudden like took a jump and I hadn't moved the throttle. Alright, there we are at 2,000. Let's go ahead and check our mags. And by the way, no more than 500. No, that's the problem there. 175 RPM max drop within 50 RPMs of each other. Alright, oh, I hit that to start, didn't I? Daggone it. Alright, there, that one looked good. Right engine. Sound like the second one you can't actually hear. So that looked good as well. Alright, now I'm going to put the throttles to about 1500. Alright, so pressurization is set. We can't really set it. We don't know, how high we're going. But I'll put it maybe around 6,000 feet. That's 8,000, that's fine. And let's see how, about 1,500, that'll be fine. Because like I say, we don't know how high we're going. Air Hauler 2 will decide that. Let me get the messages off. Oh, don't tell me you can't bring the messages off. I did it the other day. Ah, never mind. I know I can get those off because I did this the other day. It's kind of weird. Alright. 1,500 on the RPM. Let's check our feather check. No more than 500 RPM. Man, they're both going to go. That kind of sucks. And I can't get back far enough. Coming back, there we go. Alright, so back to full forward. A gyro pressure and load meters. Let's see, the load still looks good. That's our gyro pressure down there, that looks good. Throttle's back to idle. Alright, so the takeoff and maximum continuous on here is 41.5, which is just the edge of the green, and 2,900 RPM. You'll see that as well. Power, we're going to set that and then take off the brakes. And once we have established our airspeed, we'll bring the cruise climb power. It's 35.5. You can see the 35 right there. I like it. Oh, this on there. That really helps. And 2750 on the RPM. Alright, so, and then we'll actually take off the boost pumps. I like how this thing kind of moves. Feel that? I like that. Or, I guess you can't feel it, but you can see it. Alright. So actually, let's go down here one more time. Oh, it blocks us. It blocks us. Pitot heat, stall heat. I'll go ahead and turn on prop heat. We shouldn't need any of this heat because it's so hot out there, I'm sure. Strobe lights and lane lights on. Let's go back up. Make sure there's no one out there. We look clear. Reset my views. Parking brake is off. Let's go ahead and get lined up here. There we go. Alright, stopper right here. Looks like we'll get it set up. Alright, here we go. Turn off the power. And off the brakes. The brakes couldn't quite hold her anyway. Bit hard to get lined up. Let's go ahead and rotate. Tap the brakes. Bring up the gear. Alright, let's go ahead and retract the flaps. Oh, gotta turn that off. 3932. Oh, there's the jagged. Don't worry, we'll break through that here in a second. If this is the first time you've ever watched this. For some reason, the type rating messes up on the takeoff, climb out, and on the landing. There we broke out of it. Alright, we'll put her right there. That thing really likes to be move. Alright, 35 right there. And see, what I hate about this, to bring it back to about 90 first. Just trying to get those equal. And that's pretty good right there. Alright, let me bring down the nose. See, I just barely touched that lever, the throttle lever, and she really moves. Really dances. Alright, that's about 1,000 feet a minute right there. Probably. See, my pitch is on my throttle, and I'm really kind of scared to move that throttle too much. $39.32. We're almost there. I was about to say, I was thinking it was 32. It wasn't. Alright, 049, 39.32. And we did get down a little bit. Bring back the power. Get back down about 500 feet. And bring the power down a little more. It looks like there's a little jagged there. I was looking at those clouds. It looks like there's a little hitch in them. Myself off the power. Kind of leveled out there for a second because I was moving the joystick back. The TV is on. Mike Tomlin has been the head coach of the Steelers for 10 years. Man, it does not seem like that. No, it has nothing to do with flying, but it happens to be on the TV over to my right. I find that crazy. Alright, 39.32, we're almost on 049. I guess we're close enough. Turn 306 in about 39.32. A little more power, right at 3,900. Not sure I'll be able to trim this or not. I suck at trimming sometimes. We're about 39.32. A little more trim. One, two, four. I think that'll probably be the last one if I'm not mistaken. Oh crap! Oh, let's say I didn't see that. It's still up at the top left. 4,800 feet. What about cruise power right there? So that's good. Go on up to 48.32. Oh, it says you can close the cowl flaps at any time. It talks about the cylinder head temperature. I think is around max around 225. I want to say Celsius. And it looks fine. The cylinder head pressure is right there. And you can see we're in the ground. I think 250 is the max up there, so we're good. Alright, we're almost at 4,800. No. Started to drop her. We could turn a little sharper as well. Man, this is such a smooth plane. It's an awesome plane to fly. There's a bunch of reviews on it. It's been out since like 2013 or so. And it is a freaking joy to fly. I pay a little more attention to my daggone vertical speed. Coming around. We're off by about 60 feet high. Alright, land at departure airport. We gotta make sure this is over here. That is in fact KHTS. And remember, we have to get a good landing. It looks like we'll be landing on runway 12. If we wanted to, we could use the ILS, I guess. It's 1099. I won't go ahead and put it in. We don't really need it. We do need to get down a little bit. Not too bad. I think the airport elevation I wanted to say is a little over 800 feet. We're obviously at 4,400 right now. Of course, this is going to get jagged, which always makes things difficult. Now, I apologize for it, but it's not my fault. I have no idea how to fix that. And apparently, I'm like the only only person that has that daggone problem. I'm not sure why. In fact, it's still a little bit jagged, but nothing like it is on approach. I'm not sure. It's only on the type rating this happens. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and put those at high RPM or full RPM, whatever you want to call it. Max RPM. There's our runway right over there. Looks like we got some lightning and thunder. Awesome. Gotta like the lightning and thunder. It's not raining. It looked like it had been raining. I gotta say, something about this, actually, never mind. On the power, I was looking at RPM. I was like, I got the power way back, but it wasn't on the needle. I was looking at RPM and not power. So I think we might be getting a little too low. That still has us as high. It would kind of be cool if it was raining right now. Oh, damn. Yeah, not the time to be up here in a plane, that's for sure. Alright, gears coming out. Daggone, that is like right in front of us. Daggone, we're a little bit higher than I expected to be. Gonna go ahead and put one notch of flaps out. Alright, full flaps. Alright, let's go ahead and get down a little bit. I'm gonna add the power, just a little more power. Even though I know we're trying to descend, but our speed's gonna get a little low as well. Wow, that like hit just left of the airport if it didn't hit some of it. Alright, everything looks good. We're a little high, but as you can see, we're coming down quick. should be alright. You know, I never did turn those boost pumps off when I was going to. I think you need them on for landing, though. Alright. A little more power, because we're coming down a little quick. There's the jaggeds. It's already started. A little earlier than I anticipated. But as soon as we touch down, it'll be alright. Now, I'm not sure if that happens because the green thing above us stays on. I have no idea. Yeah, it does make it harder to land. It'll be fun with the 747 or something. That is going to be a joy. We're about to get a little slow. It's really hard to adjust when this is happening. So that was a hard landing. It was not a good landing. It says it was okay, and it obviously was not. And see, then it goes back to being smooth, and it completely screws up your landing. The damn jaggeds just screw everything up. I don't know how that thing popped back up when I got off the brakes. See, it was terrible, but, I mean, what can you do with the daggone jaggeds? Good lord. Alright, let's taxi this thing over. I'm entirely frustrated. Go ahead and stop that. Alright, let's see if I can even taxi this thing over. I think all the braking action didn't help anything, because when I let off the brakes, it actually popped back up. You can see, like, the sparks and everything popping up. But, I mean, it's the damn jaggeds. It just makes everything so daggone hard. Harder than it needs to be. Alright, we'll stop her right here. And we want to get rid of this yoke. So we can get down here to our lights. Strobe and landing lights, you can go off. I'm going to lean this out. It doesn't actually say to lean it out, but a lot of the business aircraft you do. I'm going to go ahead and lean it. Turn our transponder off. I'm gonna get a little quick here. I don't know how it said the landing was okay. I think it said it was okay because it's really only monitoring the rate of descent, which was still probably pretty high. It's just hard to coordinate everything when it's so jagged. We've done it before, but none of our landings have been all that great on the type ratings because, obviously, like I say, they're so hard to do when it's going like that. But hey, it gave us a pass, so I'll take it, I guess. It was a horrible landing, I know. Like I said, I guess it's only monitoring the rate of descent, vertical speed. So I don't know. But it can monitor other damage, so I don't know. It's got to be only vertical speed because obviously we'll be able to see in the replay what exactly was hitting the ground. Besides, like, the entire, it felt like the entire left side of the plane. I was like, are we going to flip over or not? Parking brake coming on. Yeah, that was a bit crazy one. Alright, so let me find my procedures here. Yeah, so after landing was landing, taxi lights rise. Required flaps were up. Column flaps were open. I had them open the whole time, so that was good. By the way, it says boost pumps may be turned off if ambient temperature is below 90. I guess that was on the landing. Because I know it says something about boost pumps and the temperature over here. Continuous use of the fuel boost pumps is recommended for ground operation if an ambient temperature is above 90. That's for the taxiing for takeoff. Anyhow, for shutdown, let's go ahead and get rid of this yoke. Parking brake is set. Battery, it says check condition and charge. We should be fine. You see the volts down here, so it looks good. Electrical and avionics equipment, we can go ahead and turn off. Let's go and get all that off. Let's go ahead, master switch off. How is it? Alright, so that it looks like it's on the down position, but it is off. So inverter's off. Cabin temp mode, we're not going to worry about. Propellers, low pitch, high RPM. Throttles at about 1,000. RPM right there. Fuel boost pumps are off. Now we go to mixture idle cutoff. Magneto is off after engine stop. We'll look at that here in a second. So the magnetos come off. Battery and generator switches off. So beacon and nav and taxi come off. Nav or taxi could have already come off. Controls locked. I don't know how to put the controls lock on here. It doesn't really matter. And it even says nickel cadmium battery condition check. Like, you can't check that. It's not real. It says during cruise flight, battery. Oh, I guess to check it, battery switch off momentarily. Load meter no change. All right, that's interesting. Let's go over to air hauler 2. Check this out. Initial climb check. General handling check. Landing result somehow checked. Correct airport check. Landing gear check. No overspeed. We're fine on the bank angle, which is what, 40 degrees max. Pitch angle 45 max, and no stall. Somehow we passed. Oh, by the way, if anybody knows how to get rid of those jaggeds, tell me, because I turned off one of these before and it didn't help any. Because I know that fixed the problem earlier. Come on, air hauler 2. There we go. That one, the radar, because there was a problem before, but that doesn't fix it. Flight monitoring options. Yeah, if you know how, please tell me, because I'm really scared about flying some of these bigger planes that happen. It's going to be a problem. Let's look at a couple things. Took off at 6:33, landed at 6:45, 12 minutes. Took off with 426 pounds, landed with 388, max altitude 4,909 feet. Max pitch negative 10.33, max roll negative 24.65. Max speed 167.3 knots. Minimum G's 0.87. Minimum G's exceed 0. Max G's 1.49. Max G's exceed 0. That would probably be monitor on landing as well if you hit real hard. Stall false, overspeed false. Landing description okay. Landing gear down true. Land on asphalt. No damage to the runway. No damage to the plane. Came down at 180.5 feet a minute. Landing speed 71.24 knots. Landing pitch negative 3.2. Landing roll 0.7. Landing heading 121. Wind speed 8. Direction 266. Oh, we got our type rating somehow. But I won't bitch about it. We got it. Sweet. So, we have enough. I don't know how I want to do this. I'm kind of thinking, well, actually, I think in our next episode, which I'm off today, so I'll probably do a flight right now. Because I was thinking if I'm not going to do it right now and open up a base, I'll just go ahead and buy a plane. And by the time I'm ready for another day off and can fly, we would have enough for the base. But I think I'll go ahead and probably do that in a little bit. Since we're in passenger configuration, we'll fly all the way down to Jacksonville. It's going to be a nice long flight, really. Down here in Jacksonville, JX. There you can see our passenger flight that I had just set up. All right, so yeah, that'll probably be the next episode, unless I change my mind, which can happen. But I think in the next episode, yeah, we'll fly some passengers down to Jacksonville. That'll be pretty good. All right, and you can, of course, we'll check out this replay here in a second as we exit. I have no idea how we passed that, but oh well. But yeah, this is going to be it for this episode, everybody. Hope you all did enjoy it, and I will catch you guys on the next flight.